opinions as far as when it comes to the Supreme Court directive on stray dogs is concerned. The animal rights activists, dog lovers versus public safety, that has been the debate, now seems to be at the center of a crucial Supreme Court order on stray dogs and the menace that they have been causing. Calling dog bite situation as extremely grim, the Supreme Court has ruled that strays cannot be released back onto the streets. The bench that clarified the directive was passed keeping public interest and public safety in mind, especially when it comes to the safety of children and vulnerable citizens. In a strong remark, the top court questioned, can activists actually bring back the rabies victims, an incurable disease? The message is clear, public safety always comes first. Now let's take a look as far as when it comes to how divided the opinion really is. When it comes to the Supreme Court's dog order, the Supreme Court is of the opinion that dog bite situation is extremely grim, where the top court says that the strays cannot be released on the streets. However, the top court also said that this order has been given keeping in mind when it comes to public interest and public safety, especially when it comes to the vulnerable, whether it comes to the older citizens or infants. They often fall prey to dog bites, and they must not fall to prey when it comes to dog bites. And can the activists, this question is to the all dog lovers there, can they bring back the rabies victims, unfortunately, who have succumbed when it comes to this incurable disease? This is the question that has been posed by the Supreme Court when it gave out this tough order.
शेल्टर तो एक भी नहीं है पूरे दिल्ली में, तो कहाँ डालेंगे? 3 लाख कुत्ते, 3 लाख कुत्तों को कहाँ, कौन से शेल्टर में आप डालेंगे? पहले तो दिल्ली सरकार को ये लिखा है कि 2 महीने के अंदर अंदर उनको शेल्टर, उसका असल नाम है पाउंड में डालना पड़ेगा. अब उसके लिए पाउंड बनाने पड़ेंगे. तो 1 पाउंड अभी 3 लाख कुत्तों के लिए आपको 3000 पाउंड बनाने पड़ेंगे, और वो भी वहां बनाने पड़ेंगे जहां कोई रहता नहीं है. अगर मान लो कोई जादू से हो भी गया तो फिर क्या होगा? 3 लाख कुत्तों को आप डालेंगे. सबसे पहले आपकी हाथापाई होगी हर गली में, क्योंकि लोग जो खिलाते हैं खड़े होकर के मारामारी करेंगे, इसको मत लेना, उसको मत लेना, शू शू करके भगा देंगे. आपका एक दिन जाएगा एक कुत्ते उठाने में.
देखिए, ये बात सच है. दिल्ली की जनता वर्षों से इस विषय पे परेशान है, और सरकार, पिछली सरकारों ने जो किया और नगर निगम में जिस तरीके से काम चल रहा था, हम उन सब के ऊपर लगातार हमारी सरकार बनने के बाद से इन विषयों पे चर्चा करते हुए इसके समाधानों पे वर्कआउट कर ही रहे थे. इसमें माननीय कोर्ट ने जो आदेश दिया है वो भी हमारे लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. हमारा एक ही ध्येय है, दिल्ली की जनता को राहत देना.
Well, that is the Chief Minister's opinion, because this directive has been given by the Supreme Court and they have about 8 weeks to comply with the court's directive. Harish is connected with us, so is Shivam. Good afternoon to both of you. Harish, mainly as we speak of how divided the opinion is, because multiple people, the RWAs who have been welcoming the Supreme Court directive, the others, as far as animal rights activists, are of the point of view that this was a suo motu case that the Supreme Court took cognizance. Meanwhile, there should have been wider consultations with relevant stakeholders that should have been taken before giving out such a direct order by the Supreme Court to remove all dogs from Delhi streets.
Yes, that's right, Amita. Very relevant question. Remember, within hours of Justice Pardiwala bench is very controversial. Now it's being seen as a very controversial judgment, asking the authorities, civic authorities, to pick up all the dogs and shift to shelter homes within 8 weeks. Within hours of that order coming, we had seen protests outside the Supreme Court, at the Kartavya Path yesterday, and also today morning, there were several tweets. Many activists have also written to the Chief Justice saying that a larger bench should be constituted to re-examine the issue, and also there should be a stay on yesterday's order till a larger bench hears the case, because the aggrieved, that is the dog lovers, animal rights activists, were not heard before this such a very important order with far-fetched implications was passed. It was a suo motu. Such a final order cannot be passed in a suo motu matter without hearing It is almost an ex parte order. Such demands are already being made. But yes, yesterday Justice Pardiwala had addressed this issue in 2 points, saying that will the such animal lovers, animal rights activists bring back the children who died of rabies, and also...
Well, that is also a pertinent point there, because when it comes to several of those incidents that we have seen off late, and this is not just restricted to Delhi NCR, it's restricted when we speak of several other localities as well, where people are officially, when it comes to, giving and feeding dogs, and they continue to increase as far as their population is concerned rapidly. We've also opened a call-in lines to the viewers who are watching the broadcast, can also give your opinion live, as we were ready to share as far as when we have been talking about over this directive that has been given by the Supreme Court. The opinion seems to be widely divided. Connected with us right now is Mr. KV Gupta from Bengaluru. Mr. Gupta, good afternoon. What is your point of view when it comes to the Supreme Court's directive? Mr. Gupta?
Afternoon.
Mr. Gupta, request you to mute the television behind you, sir, so that we can hear you. All right, inviting our viewers as well to call in and share your opinion. Of course, as we said, that the viewpoints are varied. Many of them are concerned exactly what will happen to the dogs after that, because they are voiceless and they are defenseless. However, does Delhi have enough shelters or pounds to accommodate over lakhs of dogs? That too in a timeline of 8 weeks. Here are the voices that are now coming in who have been speaking for the animal rights.
Today is indeed a very sad day for dog lovers and for lovers of pets or lovers of animals.
Just coming out of that reaction, because we have another viewer who is connected with us online. Now we have Shravan connected with us from Ghaziabad. Shravan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. What is your point of view? Shravan, what do you have to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go on.
Yeah. I just want to ask a fundamental question about the stray dog. Who should feed the stray dogs?
Who should keep the stray dogs?
So whose responsibility? Dog lovers are talking about so many things. What is their role? Are they feeding the dogs? Are they sterilizing and, family planning operations, all that? Did they contribute anything in that? Did they substitute anything for the victims? Or at least the menace which is happening, what is the solution they offered? Now, one more fundamental question.
Yes.
Does the humans have a right to live in Constitution, or dogs have a right to live in Constitution?
Well, varied responses there, Shravan, but appreciate your point of view as well, because as far as the animal lovers and these dog lovers are concerned, they are of the point of view that there is a lack in political will. There are already laws which concern as far as sterilization and vaccination and neutering of the dogs. However, when it comes to the civic authorities, largely they have been failing to do so. But as far as political reactions that are coming in, let's also put out what Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is of the opinion, because he has labelled Supreme Court's order to shift the Delhi NCR stray dogs from the streets to shelters as a step back from science-backed policy, and says that their removals are cruel and short-sighted. His remarks are coming at a time when the top court in a suo moto case has now written a directive on rising stray dogs problems, the menace in Delhi NCR, and directing the government and the civic bodies in Noida, Gurugram and Ghaziabad to pick up stray dogs, sterilize them and move them permanently in shelters within 8 weeks. They will not be released out there where they were picked up from. Now, as far as the court, which also issued a stern warning against any attempts to block the authorities from carrying out this drive. Now, reactions that have been coming in, this is with regards to those, as far as we've seen the protest pictures that also came in from India Gate last evening against the Supreme Court directive, but this is clearly against the leash that has now been put on stray dogs. As far as questioning the Supreme Court order, we're looking at multiple eminent personalities and voices that are now coming in for the speaking for the voiceless, which are the strays. Now, let's in the meantime talk about the individuals like Rahul Gandhi, the LOP and Congress MP, also a dog lover. He goes on to say that voiceless souls are not problems to be erased. This is the opinion by Rahul Gandhi. There are others as well. Of course, very well known animal rights activist is Maneka Gandhi, the former union minister. She's of the opinion that as far as the judgment given is quite strange, given by an angry person. She's calling this judgment as one-sided. However, when it comes to Suhel Seth, author and columnist, he's also given out reactions saying that the nation that can't care for its dogs is not compassionate enough. Now, there are other political leaders like Swapan Das Gupta, who is of the opinion that canine cleansing in the name of law is someone without any conscience seems to be taking such a step. Now, multiple reactions that have been coming in. Let's, in the meantime, connect with Ganesh, who's also connected with us from Raigad. Ganesh, good afternoon. What is your point of view? Are you a dog lover or you stand with the directive of the Supreme Court? All right, Mr. Rao is connected with us from Hyderabad, I believe. Mr. Rao, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, good afternoon. What is your point of view?
My point is, whoever is fighting for the street dogs, can they compensate? They can pool up the money and compensate for all the people who have succumbed to the dog bites. And also, how many of these people who are fighting for these dogs are they taking care of their old senior citizen parents in their house? How many of them are doing this?
Valid point, sir, you have raised. This is something that the Supreme Court also mentioned as far as saying that the dog bite situation is absolutely grim and those people will not come back who have been affected by rabies. It's an incurable disease. We have Shiv Kumar also connected with us from Mysuru. Shiv Kumar, can you hear me? What is your opinion?
Yeah. Madam, incidentally, I am a veterinarian. I have served for 37 years in the department and I am retired now. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go on, sir.
With regard to this Supreme Court order, I tell it serves no purpose. Pounding all the dogs and then keeping in the outskirts of the city, it doesn't help in any way. Now, we have taken up a pilot project wherein which we did CNRV and along with that oral contraception for females, bitches. That reduces the population. Within a span of 3 to 5 days, 5 years, it can be reduced. It can be controlled. There is no point in pounding them in the outskirts of the city and other things.
What about the opinion that has been coming in as far as, those people who have fallen prey to dog bites,
yes, I know,
have succumbed for rabies?
That doesn't mean to say that they will be safe. Even if they are pounded outside the city, they make their way to the city where the food is available.
Okay.
That is the problem.
All right. Okay. But the solution is something that we are still looking out for. Sterilization or neutering the dogs is the solution that actually can contain and control their population. Thank you very much, Shivakumar, for your point of view. I'm also connected with Harshvardhan, who is joining us from Pune. Harshvardhan, can you hear me? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I can hear. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am definitely with the Supreme Court on this particular point.
Okay.
And can someone tell Suhel Seth? Generally, he is a well-headed person. Can someone tell him that the rule is for stray dogs and not for pets? Because in his clip, he is clearly talking about pets. So we are not talking about pets here. We are talking about stray dogs. Stray dogs are a menace. They are dangerous. They bite the kids. Rabies is one more problem. So Supreme Court has done a fantastic job on this.
All right. You're welcoming as far as the directive is concerned. Thank you very much, Harshvardhan, for your point of view. As we've been saying, the opinion seems to be largely divided. Of course, both sides have been putting out the problems there, but what exactly is the solution? We are awaiting as far as when it comes to experts in their fields are concerned. Now, here is Maneka Gandhi also, who has come out with her opinion. Let's put that out as now she has been saying that Maneka Gandhi Vadra saying that there is lack of infrastructure and shelters, or we can also call them as pounds, saying that dogs do not deserve this cruelty. This is the reaction that is now coming from the Congress MP. Of course, this is very similar to the line that has been taken by Rahul Gandhi. But she seems to be of the opinion saying that the moving of all city stray dogs to shelters within a matter of weeks is going to result in horrendously inhumane treatment of them. Enough shelters do not even exist to take them on. As it is, animals in urban surroundings who are subjected to ill treatment and brutality, surely there is a better way to manage the situation and humane way that can be found in which these innocent animals are looked after and kept safe as well. Dogs are the most beautiful, gentle creatures. They do not deserve this kind of cruelty. Animal rights, stray dogs is something that she seems to be advocating for.